Hey everyone, welcome to Breathe and Unpack. I'm Maya, and this is our space to slow down, breathe, and talk honestly about the things life throws at us. Here, nothing is off limits. Relationships, family, work, stress, and personal struggles. Sometimes we'll vent, sometimes we'll reflect, but every time we'll ask, what can I take away from this? You're not just listeners, you're part of our support system. That means we share, we listen, we learn, and we leave the judgment at the door. And if you need to cry or get emotional here, that's okay too. This space is built for honesty. If you've got a story you want to share or something you're unpacking in your own life, email me at breathe, the letter N, unpack at gmail.com. That's breathe and unpack at gmail.com. I might read it here on the show so we can all grow together. And just a quick note, this podcast is about personal opinions and experiences. It's not medical, legal, or therapeutic advice. So take a breath, lean in, and let's unpack life together. Welcome to the support system. As always, we're just exploring here, breathing through what comes up and unpacking it gently at our own pace. Let's take a moment to breathe, settle in, and slowly unpack whatever is unfolding for us today. All right, let's talk about discipline. Because motivation is cute, but motivation is not always reliable. Some days you wake up feeling ready to change your life. You're inspired, you focus, you've got energy. You're like, okay, today's the day. And then other days, you don't feel like doing nothing. And that's normal. That's why discipline matters. Discipline is what keeps you going when motivation disappears. And I don't mean in some strict robotic way, like you gotta be perfect or extreme. I mean real life discipline, the kind that shows up in regular situations like not answering every call, not entertaining every conversation, not going back to situations that don't serve you, not giving your energy to situations that keep taking from you. And yeah, even smaller stuff, like not eating that third bowl of ice cream when you know you're already full, or not ordering food again when you literally have food at home. Or getting up and going to the gym, even if it's just 30 minutes, not 2 hours. Because discipline is really about self control. And self control is not about being tough, it's more about being honest. Like, what am I doing right now? Why am I doing it? Is this helping me or draining me? Is this getting me closer to what I want or further? And the truth is, discipline isn't loud. Discipline isn't always dramatic. Sometimes discipline is quiet decisions. Decisions you make in your head and nobody even sees. Like choosing peace, choosing silence, choosing sleep even when you want to scroll, even just for 5 more minutes, choosing to stay consistent even when you don't feel like it. And I've had conversations with my friends where some of them think that discipline means you have to be on 100 every day. But no, that's not realistic. That's not even human. Sometimes discipline is simply doing what you can. And on days when you can't do a lot, discipline might look like doing a little, showing up in the smallest ways, keeping your word to yourself, even if it's not perfect. I think this is where some people mess up. They start to think, if I can't do it perfectly, I'm not doing it at all. If I can't do the full workout, I'm just not going. If I can't eat perfect, I'm just going to eat whatever. If I already messed up today, I'll restart Monday. And that mindset could keep people stuck because discipline isn't about restarting your life every week. It's about staying in the game, even after a bad day, even after a slow week, even when life is lifing. And I want to mention something that's really important. A lot of people wait for motivation, like it's going to magically fall from the sky. Like one day they're just going to wake up and be a completely different person. But motivation doesn't always come first. Sometimes the action comes first. Sometimes you do it first, and then the motivation catches up after. That's why some people say discipline is doing it even when you don't feel like it. And that's facts. Because if you only show up when you feel like it, you will not be consistent. Because feelings change every day. Energy changes. Life changes. Life happens. And that's why I like the word resilience too. Resilience is like life is going to throw things at you. You're going to have highs. You're going to have lows. You're going to have days where you feel unstoppable and days where you feel like you're barely holding it together. But resilience is what keeps you getting back up. Even if it's slowly, even if it's messy, even if you take breaks. And I want to keep this broad because this applies to everything. Discipline is not just gym and food. Discipline is also emotional, mental, spiritual, financial, relationship discipline too. Like, discipline is not sending that text you know you're going to regret later. Discipline is not creeping somebody's page knowing it's going to mess up your mood. Discipline is not responding with an attitude when you know you're already overstimulated. Discipline is being like, let me step back before I make this worse. And another thing is communication. Sometimes discipline is learning how to communicate better. But texting can be tricky because texting is so easy to misunderstand. Tone can be wrong. People can take things out of context. So sometimes discipline is knowing when to talk in person, or knowing when to call, or knowing when to just wait before responding. Because everything doesn't deserve an instant reaction, and everything doesn't deserve access to you. And I'm not saying this like somebody who got it all figured out. I'm still learning too. But I do know this. Every time I choose discipline over impulse, I feel proud of myself after, even if it was hard, even if I didn't feel like it. And if you're listening right now, I want you to check in with yourself for a second. What's one area in your life where you need more discipline right now? Is it your sleep, your spending, your eating, your mood, your boundaries, your consistency, your mindset? And don't overwhelm yourself either, because discipline isn't about doing 20 new things at once. It's about doing one thing consistently. Sometimes it's literally go to bed on time, drink your water, move your body, read something that helps your mind. Stop giving energy to people who drains you. Start choosing yourself. Because discipline is really self-respect. It's choosing what's best for you long term, not what feels good for 5 minutes. And one last thing. If you fall off, it doesn't mean you failed. It means you're human. You can always restart. Not next month, not next Monday, not next week. You can restart the same day. Here's the takeaway. Discipline is choosing what you said you wanted, even on the days you don't feel like it. Small choices count. Consistency counts. And you don't have to be perfect to be progressing. Thank you for listening to Breathe and Unpack. If today's episode sparked something in you, share it with a friend, family member, or someone you think could use the conversation. You never know, it might be exactly what they need to hear. I'd also love to hear from you. Email me at breathe, the letter N, unpack@gmail.com. Again, that's breathe, the letter N for Nancy, unpack@gmail.com. Or connect with me on Instagram at breathe, AND, unpack. Whether it's your story, your takeaway, or just a thought you want to get off your chest, This space is for all of us. And just a reminder, this podcast isn't therapy or professional advice. I'm learning and growing right alongside you. These are real conversations meant to spark reflection and support, not replace the help of a professional. We're building the support system together. One breath, one story, one moment at a time. Until next time, take a breath, lean in, and let's keep unpacking.